Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mag. So I hope you're all staying safe and well out there. So in this video today, we will be, of course, predicting the 23-24 Premier League season and where the teams will end at the end of the season, of course, in May. It is that time of year, once again, with the Premier League right around the corner from starting. Of course, it's a week away, and the first game is, of course, Burnley versus Manchester City in, of course, that kickoff on the 11th of August. It's going to be an interesting Premier League season as well for me as a Newcastle United fan, as my team, of course, are back in the Champions League as well. I will try and be very unbiased in my prediction for Newcastle United in this Premier League prediction video as well, just in case anybody thinks, I'm going to be one-sided towards my prediction. You can put that to bed. I will be unbiased in my prediction for my place, of course, for my team in the Premier League. So without further ado, we're going to start off with, of course, who I think will be champions come the end of this 23-24 campaign. Now, that is an obvious choice for me, and it will be, of course, the champions of last season and the team to beat. As I say every year when I do this video, Manchester City is the team right now who is the team to beat, and they, of course, won it last season, and I think they will once again win it this season as well. For second, third, fourth, and fifth, which will, of course, be the Champions League spots this season with the new Champions League format, of course, coming in next season. I am going with, in second place, Arsenal, to finish second in the league once again, just like they did last season. In third place, however, I am going to go with my team, Newcastle United. I think with the investment that we've made in the team so far in this transfer window, of course, there's still quite a bit of time left to get a few more signings through the door, of course, before that window closes shut on the 1st of September. But so far, the players that we have signed, I do believe we've got a team capable of getting into that third place in the Premier League. The third place, of course, would be fantastic to see Newcastle finishing there. Of course, we do have the Champions League football this season as well, so we'll have to see what happens with that. But I'm sure Eddie Howe will be, of course, prioritising the Premier League and also the Champions League ahead of cups, because that is where we're going to make the most money, of course, to help with that FFP problem that we do have at the moment, of course, because of the lack of investment over the years from the previous ownership. But third place, I will say, for my team, of course, to finish this season. Moving on to fourth, I'm going to say Brighton there. I think Roberto De Zerbi has been doing a fantastic job at Brighton, and I think, he will continue that this season. And I think, Brighton's going to be finishing fourth, of course, in Europe as well themselves. So that'll be interesting to see how they do, of course, in Europe this season. I think it's the first time they have been in Europe as well. So that'll be an interesting one to see, what Roberto De Zerbi can do, for Brighton going forward. I'm sure he'll do some fantastic stuff because he seems to be a pretty amazing manager. In fifth place, I'm going to go with Liverpool. I think Liverpool will come back this season and they'll finish in that fifth place, just inside the Champions League spots, of course, to fit in with the new format that will be coming in next season. In sixth place, I'm going to go with Manchester United. I think Man United will be coming in at sixth place in the league this season. They haven't really invested that well, to be honest. They've brought in a goalkeeper. They've brought in Højlund as well, the Danish, version of Haaland. That's basically how you can say, he is. But I think Man United finishing sixth place this season is where I'm going to put them. Seventh place, I'm going to say Chelsea. I think Chelsea will do a little bit better this season than what they did last season. Of course, there was a lot going on for them. But again, it could be a difficult season with them having a new manager there, Pochettino. There's quite a few people saying that he's going to do a fantastic job. We'll have to wait and see. But I am saying seventh place for Chelsea. So any Chelsea fans watching, Let us know what you think on that. Tottenham, of course, I'm going to say 8th place for Tottenham. I think, of course, this could change though, however, or depending on what they do in the transfer window, as there is still news circulating around that Harry Kane could be going to Bayern Munich. So that could change things for Tottenham. That could maybe, drop them further down the league. It could maybe even push them a little bit further up the league, or depending on who they sign in the window. But for now, I am going to say, of course, Tottenham to finish 8th in the Premier League this season. 9th place, I'm going to say Aston Villa. Just purely going with Aston Villa for 9th on that one. There's no real reason behind it. Fulham, I'm going to say 10th, of course. They finished 10th last season, so I think they'll do pretty much the same once again and finish 10th in the Premier League for this season. 11th place, I think West Ham will finish. Of course, last season they ended up seeing themselves get a Conference League win, of course, and a fantastic moment for West Ham fans, I'm sure. But this season, I think they will struggle with, of course, that football coming in, and of course, I think David Moyes will struggle as well. He might even be a manager that could see get the sack at West Ham as well. But only time will tell on that one. 11th place, I say, for West Ham anyway. Moving on to 12th place, and I think this is where Wolves will finish in the Premier League. Again, no real reason like the Aston Villa one. Nottingham Forest, of course, in at 13th, I think, for the end of the season. Brentford in at 14th. Burnley, of course, Vincent Kompany, also a fantastic manager, done some brilliant stuff so far at Burnley, but I am going to put them in at 15th in the league. Moving on to 16th place, I'm going to say Bournemouth here. Again, there's something being built there, you can't see at Bournemouth, but I still think it's going to be a little while before we see anything of massive note there down on the south coast. So I'm going to see Bournemouth in at 16th. 17th place, I'm going to go with Crystal Palace there. Again, no real reason on that one. I'm just picking basically Palace to finish in at 17th. 18th place, I am going to go with Everton. You can see this one, and it has been staring people in the face. I'm sure even Everton fans have been able to see this one. But Everton survived relegation last season and the season beforehand, of course. So this season, I think it is catchy time, and I think Everton will see the drop this season. They managed to just survive last season, purely by luck, I've got to say. But I think this season will be the catchy moment, and they will go down this season in 18th place. 19th place, of course, I am going with Luton here. They haven't really invested that much, and I think looking at the value of their squad against other teams in the Premier League, they are going to be absolutely dwarfed, and they will be really thumped. Now, of course, don't take any offence by that, any Luton fans that are watching, but you can clearly see, that there is a desperate need for investment there by Luton's owners into the squad, because their value of their team, the quality of their team isn't quite up to the standard of playing in the Premier League. So I think they're going to probably be one of the teams that we see go straight back down, and that's why I'm saying 19th place for Luton. 20th place is Sheffield United, again for the same reasons. There has been barely any investment into the Sheffield United squad in this transfer window. I think they've spent 5 million so far on their team. So again, I think that's another team that's going to be going straight back down into the Championship in the following season. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below if you agree with any of these places that I've predicted your teams to finish. If you don't, then let us know what you think down in the comments below on them predictions. Also put your own predictions down in the comments below as well, and if I agree with them, then I'll hit a like on them, of course, and put a heart on there as well. Until next time, remember, hit like, share and subscribe to 100% Mags, and I'll see you all in the next one, however that's.